Hi Libra, this is your reading for July 2017. This is a general reading and will likely not resonate with all of you. If you would like a broader perspective or to see if another video resonates more, you can also watch your moon and rising signs. I also want to take this time to say that I do not sugarcoat my readings. And I don't mean to offend anybody by that. Sometimes in life, negative things come up. And I just want you all to be prepared for those things. This is not to scare anybody or to make anybody mad, but I just want to make sure that I relay all the information as it comes up. So if anything does appear that is not a positive or uplifting message, I want you to know that I will still say it. So if you don't want to hear anything that's not good news, you may not want to watch the video. Not that I'm trying to get people to go away from my channel, but I just want to give you a heads up because I don't think it's fair to hide or change anything that does come up in a reading. For this reading, I am using the Raven's Prophecy Tarot by Maggie Stiefvater, as well as the Fairy Tarot cards and magical messages from the Fairy Oracle cards. Okay, Libra, let's see what July has in store for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So to start the month off with, actually I'm going to start by saying that of these 8 cards, you have 4 major arcana and 3 court cards. So we are very heavily weighed on the side of the quick action life events as well as the people in your life. So to start with, we have the Star, and it's paired with the Hierophant. So Libra, to me this really looks like there is a move coming up for you. For some reason, I feel like this was also in your June reading. And I don't feel like this is a far move. It could be in the same neighborhood, could even possibly be on the same street that you already live on. It could also be that someone that you're close with that lives on the same street as you may be moving, but it feels more personal than that. So this to me is really, I don't know, an opportunity is coming up. If you're renting a house, maybe the opportunity to buy the house that you're renting or one very nearby is coming up for you the start of July. Maybe you're actually doing the moving at the start of July. But there is definitely an indication that your signature is going to be required on some legal document. And it feels personal. So I don't know if you're buying a house from someone that you already know, because I feel like this is not happening. Like, I don't feel like you're going to a lawyer's office during the day. I feel like something is happening kind of after the workday when it's convenient for everybody involved. So there is some personal connection to what's happening here. Next, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Partnered with the Queen of Swords. I feel with these cards, it really feels like there is a person in your life. It is the Queen, which could represent male or female because it is a general reading, but I really get the female energy from it. There is a woman that is kind of not sharing everything she feels. She may feel slighted in some way. Maybe you didn't ask her opinion about something, because this is a life-changing event. Whatever this move is, if you're buying a house, I feel like maybe you left a woman out of your conversation about the purchase, and she feels offended that she wasn't brought in on the decision. Even though it didn't directly affect her at all, I feel like she's really feeling left out, or she's just hurt by this because it is a big it is a life event for you, and she feels like she's she's just not a part of it. But she's not going to say anything to you about the way she feels. Now, following that, we have the Chariot. Paired with the Knight of Swords. So there is definitely swift movement, and now the Knight of Swords, I don't feel goes. It may be for different Libras than this part of the reading is. It could very well be the same group, but it feels disconnected somehow, because I feel like you're getting news that isn't good for you. Even though I feel like this move is a good decision, it feels like you're being stabbed in the back. You're going to be getting news that someone isn't being upfront or honest with you. Maybe you're entering into a contract where it's kind of a rent to own situation, and the owners of the house are going to renege on that deal. So again, it could possibly involve this group of people, but it feels separate from that. So it could be that some of you are in a good situation and others are getting yourself into a situation where you're going to be taking a few steps back once the air clears from this. And it doesn't feel like there's any recourse for this either. So maybe you entered into a deal without getting a lawyer involved in it. So then when these people renege on it, you have no way to um, go back to the owners and get your money back, or whatever the situation may be. I don't feel like you have a way to rectify it. Then we have the King of Cups. And he is paired with the Seven of Cups. So this really makes me feel like you're settling. I don't think you are getting what you actually want. I think that you're taking what's available, because I feel like there's some impatience attached to this. It's like, well, I've been waiting to get my own house for long enough. Here's an opportunity. It's a rent to own situation, so I don't have to worry about getting a mortgage right now. So I'm just going to take the deal. This will be my first home, and eventually I can move on. So I feel like you are crossing off the big to do things in your life without actually getting what you want. your emotions are playing too much into this. Instead of thinking things through, you're just acting. So again, this feels like that this is for two sets of people. So I'm going to say that this is kind of the first 2 weeks of July for one set of Libras, and this is the first 2 weeks of July for another set of Libras. So some of you are moving in the right direction, um, purchasing or making a big life change without having spoken to a woman about it who is going to feel offended by it. The other of you are just making too hasty a decision and are going to be stabbed in the back, essentially. Someone is going to take advantage of you, or maybe they know that you're in a situation where you're not going to be able to pay a mortgage. So as soon as you miss one payment, they're going to snatch back what they promised to you. So I need you to just kind of use that as a motivator to work hard so that you actually get what you want instead of settling for what's available. Okay, I'm going to pull a few of the Fairy Tarot cards. This is for Libra. Okay, I'm going to actually do 2 and 2 because it is kind of two separate readings here. And I'm going to pull magical messages from the fairies oracle cards. And I'll do the same thing, the 2 and 2. Few signs have gotten this card. Okay, for the first group of Libras, we have the Three of Summer, paired with affirmations. So Three of Summer is like the Three of Cups, so it's a celebration, good news, could be, like I said, the purchase of a house, could be wedding, graduation, birth, new job, things like that where you're having a group of people around you, there's celebrations happening. And it's paired with affirmations. So stay positive. Don't think about anything that could possibly go wrong. If you are buying a new house and you're worried about how you're going to come up with the down payment, don't worry about it. Know that it will work out. Just stay positive. And next we have the Six of Winter, paired with Healing, Healed, Healer. So the Six of Winter is about traveling or relocating, coming away from troubled times, moving into more positive areas of your life. And Healing, Healed, Healer is knowing that you are kind of protected and surrounded by healing light during this time. You're on the right path, and even though you're not asking a specific woman for her opinion or her advice, this is all going to work out okay. I would just because she's the only area of this where it's not even a negative thing. It's just it's something that you're going to have to come back to at a later date and apologize for making her feel that way, for making her feel left out. So stay positive, and know that everything is working out as it should. This relocation is for good times, and it looks like there's going to be a celebration surrounding it. For you other group of Libras, we have the Lovers paired with Express Your Individuality. So if you're kind of being put in a situation where whatever you had agreed on isn't working out, I feel that things aren't as bad as they could be because you have a partner that you're doing this with. And that makes it a little bit easier because you're not going through it alone. And this might be a different type of relationship. Maybe there's an age difference. Maybe it's a same-sex partnership. Maybe it's a biracial relationship. I just feel like there's a difference in your, we'll say, traditional coupling. But it's a good thing. I feel like this is your soulmate, and you need to go forward with it because this is going to get you through this negative time where you might feel like you're struggling. Then we have the Eight of Summer. Paired with New Career. The Eight of Summer is kind of like the Eight of Cups, where you're moving on. You're realizing that all the things that you had in place aren't what they should be or what you wanted them to be. Like I said, with the Seven of Cups here, things are not exactly what you had planned. You were settling. So now with the Eight of Summer, you're moving on because you don't really have a choice. It's time to cut your losses and actually move on to what you actually want in life. And by making that break, making those changes and actually going for what you want in life, new opportunities are going to appear. In this case, it's saying that your work is coming into focus here, and that could have been one of the issues underlying. Like I said, maybe these people that were promising this rent-to-own deal knew that you didn't have a steady income, so that you would be missing a payment or two, and that would give them the opportunity to take back what they had promised. So by moving on, cutting your losses, you're able to move on and actually get what you want out of life. So for the two sets of Libras here, two very different readings, but regardless, things are moving in the right direction for both of you. For some of you, you're buying that house that you've always wanted. You waited until you actually found what you wanted. For the others of you who are a little bit behind, you have that wonderful partnership and your soulmate with you, but you're having to realize that settling isn't what's right for you. So you're starting over again with the acquiring of the necessary things for you in your life. So Libra, if you would like a private reading, you can email me at traveler with 2 L's 1230@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you to set up a date and time that works for us. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great July, and I'll see you back here mid month to finish off what July has in store for you.